it's me, CheesyPaninie, and we're at day 11 of the Terratober prompts. I may not have been able to do 31 days, but I'm proud to say we've gotten at least a third of the month. The 11th prompt is Crimebusters. For those of you who have not been watching any of our Terracore videos, Crimebusters is this group that consists of Khaios, Blue Jay, and Cushion that offers services such as cleaning the crimson and corruption in the area. And if it wasn't obvious enough, the inspiration for the name Crimbusters was the 1984 American supernatural comedy film Ghostbusters. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the plot to the first movie of Ghostbusters. I just know that it was a funny movie and a marshmallow guy was the main boss. I didn't even watch the first cartoon series of it either, but I definitely loved the second one, which was Extreme Ghostbusters, which was released in 1997. I didn't realize it back then, but they had such a diverse cast. There was a disabled man, a goth woman, a Latino, and an African American. And they also had one of the original Ghostbusters as their mentor, Egon. And I definitely ship Eduardo and Kylie. I remember that the series aired alongside Men in Black, another cool series that's about the supernatural. I also remember panicking when I started hearing the ending theme to Extreme Ghostbusters, because that was really freaky and I'd usually rush to close the TV. It gives me the same vibes as the intro to Are You Afraid of the Dark? I have a very complicated relationship with horror-related fiction. On one hand, I love the lore and the stories, but I cannot deal with images, jump scares, and all of that. When Bendy and the Ink Machine and Five Nights at Freddy's were new and super popular, I spent quite some time reading information about it in the wiki. It just hooked me so much. I also loved reading stuff and watching people speculate about Petscop, and I also read about the game The Path and Rights with Strangers and all of that stuff. I just really like these kinds of stories, but I just can't handle actually playing a horror game or watching a horror movie unless I'm with someone or someone else is playing the game for me. I think that's probably what makes horror Let's Plays so enticing to people. I don't always watch them, but I did used to watch my father play Silent Hill and Resident Evil back in the day. Speaking of horror games, a couple of my friends recently convinced me to buy Phasmophobia and they want to stream it with me. I am terrified too, but people really want to see me play a horror game because I am usually the one in the call that screams randomly because I fell in the game or some kind of monster started attacking me, so they thought, oh, I wonder how cheesy would be if she played a horror game. I want to cry, but at the same time, I'm kind of interested to try anyway. I don't know if I'll like it, but I'll be playing with Cushion, Blue Jay, and Khaios when we do, and Khaios is also not very good with horror, so I won't be the only one freaking out, hopefully. We're thinking of doing it on Halloween, 6 p.m. PST, so if you're interested in watching me fend for my life and go insane, you can tune into that. Thankfully, that will be November 1, 9 a.m. in my time zone, so it might be less scary for me. Maybe. When I was younger, I remember seeing my classmates passing around the Philippine Ghost Stories book, and I was really intrigued by it. I don't actually remember if I was able to read the story from it, but I couldn't forget how I get somewhat terrified and excited whenever I saw the cover. So at some point in my life, I entertained the idea that maybe I can handle reading a horror book. And I remembered that my ex's sister had this really creepy looking book cover that was of a little girl who was floating, and the cover was in black and white. It made such an impression on me that years later I decided that this would be the first horror book that I would read and own. Unfortunately, as I read the book, I later realized this wasn't a horror book at all. It actually gave more of a Harry Potter vibe. You know what that book was? Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I mean, for crying out loud, look at this cover. I'm probably not the only one who thought this was a horror novel. Also, something interesting about the Peregrine series is that the pictures included in the books were real, unphotoshopped pictures that he collected throughout the years from different places and Ransom Riggs, the author, initially wanted to just make a picture book until an editor suggested that he make a story using the images as inspiration, and so he did. And now it's been sold worldwide with several sequels. Also, just to be clear, while the photos weren't photoshopped, they were edited in some manner. But because these are really old pictures, it's kind of impressive because you gotta have like a really creative mind to figure out how to make those edits. I've never watched the movie, but I have been told that it was not very faithful to the essence and feel of the book. So I do recommend that you do check the book out if you have watched the movie, or if you're just looking for something new to read. So did I ever get myself a real horror book after that? I actually did get 4 Dean Koontz novels, which a relative gave me, but I haven't had the time to sit down and read them yet. Maybe sometime after I finish reading Persuading Annie, the book that my cousin lent me for 3 years now. There you have it. My entry for Terratober Day 11, Crimbusters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like, comment what you think, and subscribe for more. And if you want to support me further, check out my Patreon, Coffee, Redbubble, or my commissions page on my site. But for now, I'm just gonna go do my thing, and you guys do your thing, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy, stay cheesy.